Over 10 years ago, when I wanted to grow my mortgage business, I knew that there were things that I should be doing that would grow my business, but I didn't feel like I had the time or the money to spend on hiring a whole nother person to do those things. And I had already hired a loan officer's assistant, and it just wasn't part of their role, I felt, to do social media posts. And so I tried something that was really uncomfortable for me at the time. And I hired a virtual assistant from the Philippines, and it absolutely moved the needle in my business. So if you're a business owner, loan officer, if you're from my industry and you feel stuck doing everything and you know you're still not even doing everything, I'm going to break down the real process of how you can hire a virtual assistant, the ways you can do it. There are three ways that I have tried and hired VAs for our team. And there are some key things to know about these three different ways. And here's the truth about it. Most people hire VAs the wrong way. So today I want to show you exactly how you can do it, when it would work, and how to avoid some of the mistakes based on your own situation. Because I feel like I hear a lot of people who go try hiring a VA and they think it's magically going to fix everything. So they hire the only way that they've heard of, and it's very vague. They haven't researched or they don't know how to do it. They expect instant results. And when it doesn't work, I hear them say, hiring a VA just doesn't work for me. And it's not true. It's poor systems and not having the full understanding of how to do it and what's the right move for you at this point in your career. So let's go through the three ways that you can go hire and find a virtual assistant. So the first way is you can DIY it. You can do it yourself. And this is a hands-on approach, and it is definitely the least expensive way to hire a virtual assistant. You can find a full-time person in another country and get a virtual assistant probably for somewhere around $700 to $800. Once you hire this person, you are fully responsible, though, for their success, setting them up for success, giving them directions. There are platforms that you can go do this on, and we'll put a couple of the links down in the description, or you can even go and hire people part-time or for projects on Upwork, right? This gives you full control. It's the lowest time it's the lowest cost, but you do have to know what you're doing. The second way is you can hire a VA agency. A VA agency, they go find VAs, you interview them, and then you hire the person, but you keep paying the agency. And you pay more because they're managing this person. They found them for you. They're doing the compliance. It's the most expensive way, but it's usually the right way for anyone who's never worked with a VA before. If you value structure and support and you want somebody else to be accountable, I would recommend you go with a VA agency. You just have to be willing to pay a premium. So instead of that $750 maybe to $850, you're going to pay more like $1,600 to $1,800. Then the third way is you can find a headhunter. And a headhunter, just like the people who look for positions and jobs, they're going to go find VAs that you interview. And then after you hire them, you need to then once again take over and manage them, and you take full ownership. But there's a caveat to this. You do need to make sure that you're doing it compliantly. And that's a mistake that I made, which can get you in a lot of trouble. If you hire someone full time and they're not working for anyone else, you have to make sure that the paperwork's done right. And there are companies out there that you can pay to help just do this one piece for you. It's called global employee management. And so if you choose to do the first option or this last option, you need to make sure that you are compliant so you never get stuck with a penalty or a fine from the IRS or the country that your VA is working in. And last, let's talk about just some rules about hiring VAs and having success with this process. So no matter which path you choose, number one, be compliant. Like I just said, make sure you're legally compliant with the documents that need to be filed in the US and in the country that you're hiring that virtual assistant for. Making sure you're classifying them if they're truly an employee or if they're a contractor who determines their work and works for multiple people. The second one is understand the location of where you're hiring VAs. Many VAs come from different backgrounds culturally. Their pay is different. Their personalities are different, how they conduct themselves. I find that some VAs in some countries are very they're very service oriented and they want to please whoever they're working with, and they might not be as direct or straightforward. So they might not be the best people to make decisions because they want to lean on you. Whereas other cultures, they are more direct and they want to be part of decision making. Maybe you need somebody who's English speaking. So really make sure you're picking the right country that you're hiring someone for. Number 3, make sure you set them up for success. Even if you hire an agency, you still know the job you're hiring them for. And a VA will not magically figure things out. You have to provide them with a roadmap. I have another video you should go check out about onboarding an assistant because you'd use the same principles with a virtual assistant. You want to have SOPs. You want to do recordings of what you expect them to do. You want to have set meeting times where you go over the work, feedback loops. If it's not documented, it doesn't exist and it won't work. And then my last tip is treat them like a real team member. Don't have whole team meetings and not invite your virtual assistants. You want to integrate them in with your team so that the other people get to know them and lean on them too. This isn't cheap labor, right? These are professionals. They just live in another country and you just need to integrate them in a different way. Make sure they're part, you have communication, expectations, wins, vacation days, all that kind of stuff. And if you do these things, you can have a really successful time incorporating virtual assistants into your current business, company, team, because when people feel valued, they perform better, remotely or not, in your country or not. And so once I started hiring correctly and doing these things correctly, my workload dropped. I actually started doing things in my business that I didn't have current people who could do it. You know, the business will scale because of a virtual assistant. It is one of the biggest ROIs you can have in business if you do it the right way. I think it's one of the best decisions, and I think everyone should consider working with someone in a different country. It changes their life and it can change your life too. So if you've ever tried to hire VAs or you want to hire a VA and you're still stuck and this hasn't given you the clarity you need, please put some comments down and let me know where you're struggling so we can keep releasing information on how to help you in your business and how to grow your mortgage business. And if you're looking to make a change in the mortgage industry or open your own brokerage, make sure you click the link and schedule a call with myself or someone on my team. Otherwise, we appreciate everybody who follows the channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and I will see you guys in next week's video.